Hello all and welcome to the 19th episode of TBY. Let's clap it up if you're in the building tonight. Feel me? Special episode. I got my Harley thrifted right out of Dumbo Flea Market in DC. You feel me? You see the boy shining. Get the rhinestones, damn it. Anyways, ow, I just hit my head. Very excited for this episode. I have my laptop right here, so I'm ready to go. I'm in the car, so I'm ready to give y'all some energy. Funny Marco wants Jalen Hurts. I don't know how we got to this point in the football season. I don't know why he's trying to distract my quarterback right now. He's got a lot on his plate. But Funny Marco says Jalen Hurts is his type if he were into that. So make of that what you will. Georgiana, she came back strong. You know what I'm saying? I thought she was down. Let me just say, I really don't care about this beef at all. I feel like the last video make it seem like I do. I don't care. But I do think it's cool that she's doing the song with Yachty. It sounds interesting. I'm glad it's not a diss. And it sounds cool. I might check it out. I haven't heard the full thing, but I like how it sounds. And I think that's the only way she looks good in this beef, because those text messages did not look good. I feel like Yachty kind of just did that out of sympathy to, like, you know, make up for those texts, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Next thing I want to talk about is this whole Dion versus Kai Cenat, Dion Cole versus Kai Cenat. Dion Cole, a comedian I really rock with. I think he's hilarious and one of my favorite comedians right now. He went on Drink Champs and started, you know, kind of talking down on Kai Cenat, just saying, like, not talking down, but just saying he didn't appreciate his encounter and how he handled his hosting of the BET Awards, because there were a lot of legends in the building, but Kai is so young, he really didn't know a lot of them, and he felt like he should have been more prepared in that moment. It's kind of like an OG versus, you know, YN, I guess, moment right here. But honestly, I gotta side with Kai Cenat. And that's simply because I feel like Dion Cole really exaggerated the situation in his encounter with Kai, and we know that because it was on stream. Like, he was making it seem like Kai was just egging him and being really disrespectful towards him, which that wasn't the case. Kai, he said, "What's up?" He responded after Dion said hello, and Kai was like looking around and not really giving him the energy I guess he wanted, while Drewski did. But here's the thing. I feel like Dion Cole got to understand, like, streaming, I feel like he doesn't really have a full grasp of what was going on. Like, streaming, I mean, I've never done it, but it looks extremely hard to entertain and to keep that many people engaged. On top of that, hosting BET Awards, like, that is insane. Like, that seems like so much work. And Kai makes all that stuff look so easy, but bro, I promise you, it's probably not as easy as it looks. I get it, like, Kai's, like, his lack of knowledge of certain people that were at the award shows, it's like, you know, you should probably know Babyface, like, but he's young. I don't know Babyface. It's just a name I know because I hear other people talk about it. I don't know nothing about him, so it's like, I get it. Maybe BET should have did a better job of prepping him for that, but I'm not mad at Kai. I'm on his side with that. Another thing, too, it's like, you're mad about that, but one thing that makes Kai so great is that he's super genuine and he puts his real, authentic self, for the most part, on display for the world to see, and the world rocks with him for that. And that's why BET hired him to host that event with Drewski, with Kevin Hart, and that's what makes him great. So, Dion, you gotta understand, like, that genuine reaction and not knowing certain people, that's what makes people love Kai, that he's not faking. He's not going to pretend to know all these people that he doesn't really know. Like, he's real, and that's why people rock with him. So I think you need to get on board with that. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Carly Earsay Gordon. I hope I'm saying your name right. Owner of the Indianapolis Colts football team. I believe she's stepping in for her late father. If that's not true, I apologize. I'm just throwing, I could be completely wrong about that. But she's the owner of the coach of the Colts, and I want to shout her out because, you know, she's just a woman in charge, and, like, she's not just a figurehead. You know, it seems like she's really literally getting in on the ground level, getting into the weeds in the field, and is trying to improve her job and do everything she can to make the Colts great. Colts ain't been 7-2, and I don't know how long. Maybe it hasn't been that long. I think it's been a long time now. They got, what's his name? Indiana Jones Daniel Jones playing lights out right now. So it's good to see. Like, it's good. I'm happy for them. And they got our old Super Bowl coach for the Eagles. And Shane Steichen is the coach of the Colts, and I really rock with him because he had the Eagles quarterback playing his best football ever. He took them to the Super Bowl, even though they didn't win, but he played great, and Jalen Hurts has not looked nearly the same since he left. So shout out to you, Shane. You are literally a genius. Playboy Cardi did not receive even a Grammy nomination. Clips, let God sort them out. I believe JID, Tyler for Chromacopia, and GNX possibly, I think. Either way, none of those, maybe GNX, I guess, if that was nominated, I'm not exactly sure. But none of those albums came close to the impact that I Am Music had for a generation of people, of kids, of young people, and just fans of this dude. And it's so disappointing that this dude has literally ascended to another stratosphere. Like, I'm completely okay. Kanye is out of the way. He is so irrelevant right now. I'm completely okay with saying Cardi, for what he is at least, is the Michael Jackson of this generation. And I don't mean that he can sing, dance, pop lock, and do all that crazy shit. But I just mean the impact and the way people genuinely love and just embrace this guy, and how people are going so bananas at his shows. I just went to one of his shows at the Barclays Center. I was in the nosebleeds having the time of my life. Singing my heart out, rapping my heart out like it was my own music, bro. And to see that show in person, bro, you have to see it in person to believe that shit. That shit is incredible. And that's all him, bro. The movement he has built is incredible. And to see him not even get nominated for a Grammy, that shit crushed my heart, bro. It's so saddening to see that, and I feel like it's so political, and that he's cool with people who are not cool with the Grammys, like Drake, The Weeknd, and all that. So it's like, it's just politics getting into it. It's disgusting, and he deserves a Grammy nomination. He deserves a Grammy. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, whatever. I don't even support the Grammys after that. That's so whack to me. And speaking of Michael Jackson, yes, you are not dreaming. The Michael Jackson biopic will drop, I believe, sometime next year in April, I believe. My favorite artist ever of all time. I'm sure that's how it is for a lot of you, you know, as well. One of the greatest artists ever. I don't know why it took so long to get this in motion, but I'm glad it's finally almost upon us. I have a problem, though. I gotta say it. Hashtag NotMyMichael. I respect and I'm glad that they're keeping it in the family. His nephew's playing him, you know, shout out to him. Just from some of the stills I'm seeing from the movie, I don't like what they're doing. Apparently they're using a prosthetic nose. Michael was insecure about his nose, had surgeries and whatnot, so it makes sense to highlight that. But the nephew is black, all right? There's no need to parade him out there with the prosthetic nose. His regular nose is fine. It's like, why are you making his nephew this beachside caricature of Michael Jackson? Like, just let him rock out. Like, I don't need all that. From a look perspective, at least, he's not my top choice. I don't know who I would have went with, but it wouldn't have been him necessarily. But I have high hopes for this movie. It cannot suck. If it sucks, it can't suck. That's all I know. It can't suck. I got his nose looking big AF in the stills. I didn't think it was necessary to make him look like that, but if you say it was that big, okay, you got it. Hashtag NotMyMichael. Oh, moving on to sports. Unfortunately, Jalen Hurts is still the problem. I thought, you know, I got hung up on the Giants and the sorry Vikings. You know, I'm thinking we're back a little bit. We got momentum. We got motion. Play the Packers. We only put up 10 points. We don't score for like 2 or 3 quarters. We don't score until after halftime or something like that. It's ridiculous. 10 points with that offense after not playing and just practicing, going over what you need to do to score and be successful for 2 weeks. I gotta put it on Jay Hurts because it always seems to come up and be a problem, man. I'm starting to understand, like, he has a certain ceiling to him, and although he can break through that ceiling from time to time, it seems he cannot do that on a consistent basis. One thing that does give me hope about the offense looking as bad as it does is I have a feeling that the coaching staff, they don't want to show their whole hand just yet, because they most likely will see the Lions again. We're about to play them next week. We probably will see them in the playoffs. Maybe. Hopefully not. We probably will have to see the Rams. That was a close game. We may have to see Green Bay. You know, they're not that good, but any given Sunday, right? So maybe they just don't want to show their whole hand yet, but I'm very alarmed, and I don't understand why. It just looks so bad at times, and it's very frustrating. But shout out to our defense. Shout out to Vic Fangio for making them boys look good, and shout out to Jalen Phillips. Great first game, my guy. Keep it up, man. It's beautiful to see. Okay, almost done here. I want to share, a little words of wisdom today, because I was at work. I work at a school, and basically I was outside with one of the clients that I work with. They elope a lot, which basically means they run away constantly. And the school's in a neighborhood, so try not to chase him. That way he don't think it's a game and think it's all fun. This time he runs out. I'm thinking he running to another part of the school. No, he decides, since I'm not chasing him, he's just gonna run into a neighborhood where cars be driving, all that. So I start hauling ass, right? But I got my fucking these shits on, like fucking Yeezy slippers, fake Yeezy slippers. So it's a chain gate link type of thing, stopping people from driving through this road, because there's a road that intersects. It's like the playground, the road, and then the school. So we got to cross the street. So they close that road during school so people don't be driving. So they put a little gate up. I'm thinking, shit, I got that shit. I was falling so fast. It was on like some movie stuff though, because I fell, bust my ass. Brrr. But look, I fell so hard, I had so much momentum, I rolled and got right back up. That might have been the smoothest fall in like history ever. Like, I recovered from that so crazy. But the reason I even bring that up is because from that I learned something very, very important. I learned that people love to see you fail. People love to see other people fail. And I'm not saying that to make it all dramatic and stuff. It wasn't a big deal, but one of the security guys saw that. He was so like compassionate and like very nice about it. I was like, wow, that's great. But sometimes he never talks to me, but I was like, wow, that was very nice of you to make sure I'm good and everything. And then I see this other guy. He's like a custodian at the school. He never says shit to me ever. And I didn't even think he was outside, but he comes up to me while we're in the cafeteria. He's like, can't hurdle like you used to, or something like that. He starts cracking a couple like subtle jokes, and I'm like laughing alongside. It's cool. I ain't mad at them, but I'm just like, oh wow, these people never talk to me. As soon as I bust my ass, they want to talk about it. But I told bro, please get that video for me. That shit is probably hilarious. I want to use this story as a way to encourage people. And I say all this to say, don't be afraid to fail in front of people. You know what I'm saying? Some of life's greatest lessons happen when you fail. The reason I bring the people with the audience, I bring that aspect into it, because when people are allowed to see you in that vulnerable state, it makes you more relatable, and it makes them relate to you more, and it brings people closer together in a strange way, right? It's like when you do something great and you win a championship, people want to say hi or whatever, blah blah blah. But when people see you in a moment that's very vulnerable like that, it kind of brings you closer together in a strange way, if that makes sense. I don't know if I explain that all the way, but I say all that to say, don't be afraid to fail in front of people, bro. It may be the best thing for you at the end of the day. And that's some advice for myself too, because one thing I don't like to be is embarrassed in front of an audience. Even the thought of it got me shaking. Oh shoot, let me give y'all Yanni's choice. Yanni's choice is gonna be music. You feel me? I'm gonna switch it up for music and shows and movies and all that. I got two selections for you all. The first one is the new album by Benny. I'm not sure how you say her name, but she's like a indie alternative singer. she's got some well-known songs. I feel like I love the texture of her voice and the tone of her voice. Like everything she puts out, I really love. I love her subject matter, and her music just speaks to me, you know. So her album is called You're an Angel, I'm Just Particles. And like I said, I just love all her music. So check that out. The next selection is a jazz album, actually very different. By Hikari Ichihara. Sorry if I said that wrong. I don't know how you say that. But it's called Brain Candy, and it's like smooth jazz. And it's very interesting. Like it just kept my mind engaged and at peace, and it was just very peaceful music. I really enjoyed it. So if you're into that, or even if you're not, open your mind, expand a little bit, check it out. And last thing before we wrap up the 19th episode of To Be Honest, thank you for sticking with me, everybody. I rock with y'all for that. I want to start a little Q&A section, you feel me? So I'm a pose a thought-provoking question, or just a question that you may not have the answer to, or you may not even be thinking about. Like it's not even on your mind, but it just ask a question at the end of each episode, and I'll answer it at the beginning of the next episode. That way we can build a little continuity and a little synergy with this stuff and get it moving in the right direction. First Q&A question is, how did humans discover cow milk? Drop what you think the answer to that is in the comments. Again, like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate each and every one of you who be watching my videos. And let's run this channel up to 100 subscribers before the end of the year. Let's really go hard and close out this year with a bang. Don't wait till the beginning of next year to get on your shit. You know what I'm saying? Get on it now. I ain't just saying that to you. I'm saying that to myself, most importantly. But that has been To Be Honest, episode 19. I'ma holla at y'all. Deuces. And happy Veterans Day.